Greetings everyone, I am Jo Cristina L. Oliadas, Teacher 2 from Santa Lucia High School, and this is my study, Reading Coordinators Implementation of School-Based Reading Programs in the Division of Pasig City, a phenomenological study, and this was completed in May 2024. The results of the 2022 PISA revealed a persistent issue in the Philippines, stagnating reading comprehension scores. This poor performance can hinder students' academic success across disciplines and beyond their schooling. To address this challenge, the Department of Education is actively improving reading programs in school. At the helm of these reading programs are the reading coordinators. They play a critical role in program implementation. They oversee the planning, execution, and management of these initiatives, aiming to enhance students' reading skills and bridge learning gaps. That's according to DepEd Memorandum number 173 series of 2019. Their work lies at the crossroads of pedagogy, curriculum development, and student support, making their experiences a valuable source of insight. While extensive research has explored the impact of reading programs on student outcomes, a significant gap exists regarding the lived experiences of reading coordinators. Taganas and Hansinal in 2024 acknowledged this gap and emphasized the need for further studies in this area. Given the crucial role these coordinators play in shaping the educational landscape, understanding their experiences becomes fundamental in formulating a support program dedicated to these reading coordinators. This study investigated and gained insights into the lived experiences of reading coordinators tasked with managing school-based reading programs and how their lived experiences were shaped by their interactions within and across ecological systems. Here are the research questions that were the foci of this study. What are the lived experiences of junior high school reading coordinators in the Division of Pasig City in terms of physical, mental, emotional, and social? What are the challenges faced by the junior high school reading coordinators in the Division of Pasig City in implementing the school-based reading program in their respective schools? Third, what are the coping strategies utilized by the junior high school reading coordinators in the Division of Pasig City in implementing the school reading program in their respective schools? And fourth, what support program for the junior high school reading coordinators in the Division of Pasig City can be crafted based on the findings? The study used a qualitative approach to understand how reading coordinators' experiences were shaped by various factors, from personal to societal. It focused on the shared meaning participants gave to their experiences. This captures the essence of phenomenology, according to Creswell in 2007. The researchers specifically chose schools in the Division of Pasig City with experienced reading coordinators who have managed a school-based reading program for at least a year. These schools were Santa Lucia High School, Pasig City Science High School, San Joaquin Calauan High School, Rizal High School, Repsi, Mangahan High School, and Santolan High School. The researcher picked the participants on purpose, or called purposive sampling or targeted small-scale sampling. According to Mueshi and Saki in 2020, this involved selecting a small group of reading coordinators who all had direct experience managing reading programs. This way, the researcher could gather information from a specific group with relevant knowledge and similar experiences. The study included 7 female reading coordinators. Their average age is 36.86 years, and they bring a wealth of experience to their roles. On average, they have been teaching for 8.57 years and have served as reading coordinators for 5.57 years. The coordinators have experience teaching in grade 7, 9, and 10. The primary means of gathering data was through an interview conducted by the researcher. Of course, before the conduct of this interview, the researcher sought the assistance of experts to validate the interview questions. When the questions have been validated, the researcher personally reached out to and invited the participants using various communication methods. Interviews were scheduled in advance, considering the participants' availability. These interviews were carried out within the participants' workplace, ensuring privacy and comfort. The researcher first obtained permission from the appropriate school authority in Pasig City, where the teachers worked. Upon receiving the permit, the researcher visited the reading coordinators who participated in the interview voluntarily and were assured that their information would be kept confidential. To gather information, the researcher used a questionnaire. Questions were given verbally and answers were recorded in two ways, by taking notes and using a digital voice recorder. Individual interviews were conducted in the reading coordinator's offices to ensure privacy. The length of interviews varied based on how much each person shared. Usually it lasted from 1 to 2 hours. Usman and Bulut in 2021 stated that interviews allowed for a deeper exploration of the coordinator's experiences. In this study's analysis, thematic analysis of Braun and Clark was used. The data collected in this study were subjected to analysis by the researcher who identified concrete themes and their corresponding sub-themes. Meaningful units were extracted from the interview transcripts, leading to the identification of themes that encapsulate the lived experiences of reading coordinators managing reading programs. The results of the study underwent evaluation and validation by experts who hold doctoral degrees and possess extensive experience in qualitative research. This process of evaluation and validation was facilitated through a series of consultation meetings and focus group discussions. Bronfenbrenner's ecological systems theory was also used to understand the interactions within and across the ecological systems to which the reading coordinator belongs to. There are three topics from where the main themes and sub-themes are anchored. These are taken from the three statements of the problem, namely experiences of junior high school reading coordinators, challenges and struggles of being reading coordinators, and finally, the specific strategies they utilize to cope with all the challenges. In problem 1, there are four distinct categories used: physical, emotional, mental, and social. In problem 2, themes were generated for the challenges faced by the junior high school reading coordinators in implementing the school-based reading programs in their respective schools. And in problem 3, themes were generated on the coping strategies utilized by the junior high school reading coordinators. The physical experiences of the reading coordinators included persistent pressure, which is composed of ongoing expectations, unyielding performance, and additional burden. Their mental experiences included learning adjustments. As reading coordinators, they prioritize professional growth and adaptation so they can cater to the needs of the struggling readers in particular. Emotionally, they experience both positive and negative feelings brought out by their work. Lastly, their social experiences included their workplace relationships where they get their support system to manage students' responses towards the reading programs. And this encapsulate the lived experiences of the reading coordinators. The second question focused on the challenges the reading coordinators face, such as resource constraints, communication breakdown, resistance and criticism, and scheduling and time management. The third question delved into the adaptive approaches of the reading coordinators, which included resourcefulness, effective planning and organization, scheduling, and collaborative learning and support. The last problem that this research focused on is the support program for the junior high school reading coordinators. Research highlights various challenges teachers face in implementing reading programs. These challenges can be grouped into two categories: resource limitations, which include materials and training, and student factors, which include interest level and parental involvement. Moreover, reading coordinators themselves can feel burdened by their additional responsibilities. This extra workload can lead to stress, time management issues, and decreased productivity, impacting their well-being and effectiveness. Because of these challenges, the researcher designed Program Thrive. This program aims to support and empower reading coordinators to become strong leaders who can implement adaptable reading programs that cater to a variety of learners. Based on the answers of the respondents, the following module topics may be of help to them. Module 1, the Thriving Reading Coordinator, which will cover experiences and self-care. Module 2, Overcoming Challenges, Resourcefulness and Communication. Module 3, Leading Adaptive Programs, Planning, Scheduling, and Collaboration. And Module 4, Building a Support Network, Mentorship and Support. So Program Thrive, which stands for Teaching Holistically, Resourceful and Innovative Visions for Effective Programs. Program Thrive offers a solution. It aims to empower reading coordinators to become effective leaders and implement adaptable reading programs that cater to diverse learners. This program leverages the Agile methodology, which emphasizes flexibility, continuous improvement, and collaboration. This ensures the program stays relevant and responsive to the evolving needs of the reading coordinators. First, a solid foundation is built in the preparation phase. This involves developing core online modules and training materials that address the most pressing needs identified through research. To broaden the program scope, collaborations are established with facilitators who can lead optional workshops on specific topics. Additionally, a user-friendly online platform is set up for program delivery and communication, ensuring an optimal participant experience. Finally, a manageable group of reading coordinators is recruited to participate in the initial program iteration, allowing for focused attention and feedback collection. The implementation phase then emphasizes continuous learning and improvement. Here, the initial modules are launched with designated start and end dates. Actively facilitating online discussions, addressing participant queries, and gathering feedback through surveys and forums is crucial during this stage. This feedback is then used to refine existing modules and develop new ones based on emerging needs or areas identified for improvement. Furthermore, optional in-person workshops can be conducted throughout the program based on participant interest and feedback, allowing for deeper engagement in specific areas. Continuous assessment is essential. Pre- and post-program surveys, module-specific quizzes, feedback forms, and forum monitoring are employed throughout the implementation phase to gauge knowledge gain, program effectiveness, and participant satisfaction. This ongoing evaluation allows for continuous program adjustments. So the project objectives include efficient, nimble, and resilient governance and management processes. Under the Matatag program, this is under letter G, which gives support for teachers to teach better. So as I have mentioned earlier, there will be 4 modules that will be included in this project. So let me summarize the findings of this research. The experiences of our reading coordinators vary. The persistent pressure they feel has been an additional burden for them. Despite the ongoing expectations, they have demonstrated unyielding performance. They have learned to adjust and adapt and seek ways to develop professionally. Their emotions are like a pendulum, ranging from negative to positive. They encounter both supportive and non-supportive colleagues, students, and parents, which make their task both frustrating and fulfilling. Every day, they encounter challenges such as obstacles to implementation coming from resource constraints, communication breakdown, resistance, and criticism, and scheduling and time management. Despite the negativity, they have learned to cope with the demands of the task. They have employed adaptive approaches. They are also resourceful despite the constraints, and they have learned to plan and organize effectively, schedule activities, and collaborate with others. Based on the answers of the respondents and the themes created from this, the researcher was able to craft a support program entitled Program Thrive, Teaching Holistically, Resourceful, and Innovative Visions for Effective Programs. This may be implemented in the division of PASIG to help the respondents manage their tasks as reading coordinators. As recommendations, the teachers who willingly take on the assignment as reading coordinators deserve complete support coming from the Department of Education, the division, and the school. Thus, it is beneficial to allocate dedicated resources specifically for reading programs. This could include funding for materials, technology, or professional development opportunities. Second, to avoid resistance and criticism, encourage open dialogue to address concerns and highlight the benefits of the reading program. This should be done quarterly or as the need arises. Third, it's also evident that these reading coordinators are passionate about their job. Reaching out to the students and teaching them to read is already a full-time job. Therefore, it may be helpful to reduce the teaching load of reading coordinators to allow them to dedicate time for program implementation. Fourth, if the teaching staff is not enough, it may be helpful to offer scheduling assistance to ensure reading coordinators have dedicated time for program development and implementation. Fifth, despite the resistance and criticisms and the unsupportive environment, these reading coordinators continue to do their roles in the service of the Filipino children. Thus, it may be helpful to establish regular workshops or meetings specifically focused on clear and open communication between reading coordinators, administrators, teachers, and parents. Sixth, the fulfillment they feel seeing the students improve little by little is an intrinsic motivation that keeps them in this ancillary task. However, it may be more advantageous to provide a support program for reading coordinators to develop new skills and stay updated on best practices. Thank you so much for listening and have a good day.